Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmades.com, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up tutorial. Today's project features a stamp set from the New Occasions catalog. This set is called Lucky Elephant. I love this stamp set. It's very simple, but you can do so much with this little elephant. So as I said, this stamp set comes from the New Occasions catalog. So if you do not have the New Occasions catalog or the new celebration catalog, please send me an email at QuitaBugHandmades@gmail.com if you do not already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I will send these out to you. So the way that the celebration catalog works is for any $50 that you spend before tax and shipping in my online Stampin' Up store, you get to choose a free item from the celebration catalog, and there are lots of awesome things to choose from in this catalog. So here's the card that I created today using this stamp set, and I absolutely love how this card turned out. I love this layout, and I love the embossing of the elephant. I think it's just gorgeous. This card just really stands out. It just really pops. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to make this awesome lucky elephant card. Okay, so to get started, I've got two pieces of Very Vanilla here. This strip is cut at 5/8 inches wide, and then it's about 3 inches long, I believe. So we're gonna start by stamping using Early Espresso ink, and we're gonna stamp the Good Luck from the Lucky Elephant stamp set. So I'm gonna stamp this towards the right of my little strip here. Try and stamp that nice and straight. Okay, that looks pretty good. And that's all we need the Early Espresso for. Okay, so then this piece is a piece of scrap Very Vanilla, and I'm gonna use this piece to stamp my elephant, and I'm going to stamp that using Versamark ink, which is a sticky ink that allows you to emboss. It just stays wet and kind of sticky so that you can emboss with it. So I'm just inking that up. Okay, there we go. And I'll just stamp this elephant down right there. Okay. All right, so I've got some scratch paper here. I'm gonna use some of our copper embossing powder, and I'm just gonna cover my entire image with my embossing powder here. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and heat this with my heat tool, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have heat embossed the elephant, and you can see now it's got this nice shiny look to it. I love how this copper embossing powder looks. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my paper snips, and I'm just gonna go in with my scissors, and I'm gonna cut this out. And I'm going to cut pretty tight, leaving just a very thin border around the elephant. And I'm going to get this little guy all cut out. All right, so I've got my elephant all cut out, and I think it looks pretty cute. And I've gone ahead also and put my dimensionals on the back too. So that's ready. So now we can bring in the rest of our pieces for the card. So I've got my card base here. This is a piece of Early Espresso cardstock. This is cut at 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I have scored it at 5 1/2. And I've got some layers here. So this piece of Delightful Dijon, this is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I've got some of the Moroccan Designer Series paper from our annual catalog. This piece is gonna layer right on top of the Delightful Dijon. And this piece is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then this piece is cut at 2 inches by 3 3/4, and it's gonna layer right across like that. Okay, and then I've also die cut a piece of Emerald Envy cardstock using these stitched shape framelets. I just ran that through my Big Shot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and adhere all of these pieces together using my Fast Fuse adhesive. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the circle is I'm going to add this right onto the front of my card like this, but I want this piece to hang off. I'm just adding it on just enough to where this little corner doesn't show, so I've just pushed it until the circle covers that corner. So it's going to hang off a little on the side and on the top, but I'm only going to cut off this piece on the side that hangs off. I don't mind this piece that's hanging off on the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere my circle down, again using fast fuse. Okay. Just like that. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and snip off the extra. Alright, so I can add this layer now to the front of my card. Oops. There, looks good. Okay. And now what I want to do is go ahead and I'm going to adhere stick down my little elephant. So just take the backings off of my dimensionals. Okay, so I'll just add my elephant right about here. Looks good. Okay, I love this card. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my paper snips again, and I'm just going to banner the end of my sentiment. So right about here should be good. Snip this again. Okay, yeah, that looks good. And I'm just going to add this on right here in the center of this circle, and I'm going to let this go all the way to the edge of the early espresso, to the card base. So I'll just put it right about there, put some fast fuse. Make sure that's straight. Yep. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so that finishes up this card. I love this card. So you've got good luck on the outside, that beautiful embossed elephant, and then you've got your nice little inside as well. Such a gorgeous card. Okay, so here's the card that we made today in the video, and here's the one that I made before the video. I also went ahead and stamped my envelope. I stamped the elephant using my early espresso ink just to kind of jazz up my envelope as well, and I love to stamp my envelopes. It's just that nice final touch. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I had so much fun as usual stamping with you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you'd like to purchase any of the supplies that you saw me use today, just head on over to today's coordinating blog post. I've linked it just below this video in the description notes. I've got all of the supplies listed over there as well as all of the measurements, and you can also find a direct link to my online Stampin' Up! Store below the video in the description notes as well. So thanks again, and I will see you again real soon. Bye now.